In depth tonight. Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney.
And I'm Angelique Lazardi. Well, some government leaders are left scrambling right now for answers after voters approved a proposition to refund business owners their property taxes if they can show that their local government failed to address property crimes. And
this has been a continuing problem, and many local business owners are now celebrating the move. News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter, Nylander, is live from Midtown with more in this in-depth report. Chorus.
Well, Sean, a sign, I would say, of how many people have been impacted by this problem is the fact that it passed by such large margins, Proposition 312, and it clearly caught some local government leaders by surprise, now trying to find some answers on what exactly this means for their budgets.
What it's really intended to do is to put pressure on local jurisdictions that have been ineffective or unwilling to abate some of the nuisance crimes our communities are dealing with.
Proposition 312 will soon be the law of the land across Arizona, approved by over 58% of the voters. It will require local governments to reimburse property owners that can show a failure by the government to address loitering and property crimes. Josh Jacobson and the Tucson Crime-Free Coalition played a major role in getting the measure on the ballot.
It very straightforward gives residential and commercial property owners a way to recoup some of the money that they are having to invest into repairing and upgrading security around their properties when they are impacted greatly by nuisance-type crimes.
It hurts the community in general.
Pima County Supervisor Adelita Grijalva doesn't feel it's straightforward at all. She has called for a vote by the board next week to request more guidance from the county administrator. She believes it will actually hamper efforts to address homelessness.
The funding that we utilize to move forward with some of these programs that prevent the kind of problems that are caused sometimes when we have unhoused populations in different areas, that we will have less funding to be able to address those issues.
Jacobson says 312's intent wasn't to solve the homeless crisis. Those with claims will need a paper trail of evidence that the government neglected their concerns and will go through existing claims processes.
With the margin that Proposition 312 passed by, I think that is a clear message to our elected leaders that they need to do more.
And Proposition 312 becomes law starting in January. There is a cap on what these property owners can get back, which is the total of what they pay in property taxes. So some more expensive damages, say like the theft of copper wiring, would be more than they'll be able to recoup from the government. There's really only a few things that could happen when you make this claim. The government could accept your claim, give you what you feel you're owed. They could ignore you, which by default would give you what you're asking for. They could settle with you, or they could reject your claim altogether, which would open the door for potential litigation, further costs, possibly, to the taxpayers. We're live tonight from Midtown. Nylander, News 4 Tucson.